meeting to order for the October 2nd, 2025 Roadway Equestrian Trails and Greenway Advisory Committee. Great. So we can all rise for the pledge of allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Chair Frank Shiola,
Present.
Vice Chair Darcy Dean Murray, Committee Member Katie Lakeman, and Committee Member Ashley Bruce. And then Public Works Superintendent Craig Lauer.
Right.
And then Assistant to the Town Clerk Gabriella Crosdale, present.
Very good. We have a quorum. Any additions, deletions, or modification to the agenda?
Yeah, I have two, just the presentation on the PSA for equestrian safety. And then also the minutes. I gave you guys the minutes up there. Those are the minutes from, is it August 21st and July, is it 17th or 19th? To approve those minutes.
Okay.
And then those are the modifications.
So we'll do the, we'll approve the minutes first. We'll put that as number one. And we'll do the equestrian safety because the young ladies have to get back to doing homework. We don't want to. So we're going to make minutes number one, the equestrian safety, number two, discussion solar reports, number three, approval of multi-purpose trail signs, number four, update on Okeechobee Boulevard grant, number five. Do I have a motion and a second to accept the updated agenda?
Votes to accept the agenda as read.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Any other public comment on that? Okay, hearing none. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Okay, so next we're going to do minutes. Do I have a motion to accept the minutes from July 17, 2025?
Motion to accept minutes as read from July 27th, 2025. Second.
Okay, no, July 17th.
I'm sorry.
Great. And we have a motion and a second. Any public comments on that? Seeing none. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed. Motion passes 3-0. Great. We're moving along. Okay, agenda item number 2, equestrian safety. Mary? Okay.
The filming group. I don't know. Well, this is not this.
Great. So, do you want me to present the video now or after?
So Reagan and I have been working hard at making the video. She's been editing.
Speak a little closer to the mic because people may be watching and they may want to hear you.
All right. So Reagan and I have been working hard on the video. I took care of the production side and she has been editing it. We have recently finished the first drafts of the videos. And so we wanted to show this to you and then also ask if there's needs to be any changes. And then following that, double check and confirm that the preferred methods of being like, do you want a 30-second and a 1 minute? Do we want it just for one version? And then also like a social media version, all of that. So we can edit those and then that'll be the finalization of the project. So,
Okay.
yes. So you can probably, share the things.
Home to Loxahatchee Groves, a small but sturdy community. It's home to many things, but most importantly, horses. Given how integrated the communities are with horses, it's important for those just passing by to help maintain the community's safety. Loxahatchee Groves is an equestrian community So always be on the lookout for horses and horse riders, especially when you see a sign. Make sure to make eye contact with the rider and keep an eye out for hand signals they might use in crossing sections like this one. Practice defensive driving. When approaching and passing a horse or horse trailer, stop for direction or lower your speed to 10 miles per hour. When leaving, slowly speed up after you have been instructed to and safely pass to avoid startling the horse. Loxahatchee Groves contains outside trails, so it's important to practice caution to prevent riders or horses from ending up in them. Avoid honking, revving your engine, or any other loud noises not spook the horse. Horses may make sharp right turns due to their size, so give them a wide berth and be prepared to stop to avoid a collision. Make sure to follow the law to keep our community safe. For more information, contact the town of Loxahatchee Groves via our phone number, website, or social media.
So that was the first one, and then the second one, she's gonna pull up.
Here in Loxahatchee Groves, horses aren't just part of our landscape, they're part of our way of life. Whether you are trail riding, crossing a road, or just enjoying the outdoors, safety should always come first for you and your horse. Before you ride, make sure your tack and equipment are properly fitted and in good condition. Helmets aren't just for beginners, they save lives, no matter your skill level. When riding near roads, wear bright or reflective clothing. Use designated crossings when available, and always assume drivers might not see you. Make eye contact when possible, and never ride in low visibility without lights or reflectors. Share the trail responsibly. Let others know when you're approaching, pass slowly, and always keep your horse under control. If you are walking with dogs or biking, be aware of nearby horses and give them space. And remember, hydration, rest, and knowing your horse's limits are key to safe, enjoyable rides. This message is brought to you by the town of Loxahatchee Groves. Respect the ride, protect our horses, and let's keep our community safe together.
All right. So are there any changes or things you wanted to make? And then again, what are the other versions that you guys had wanted? And if you want, Reagan's also on the Zoom, so she could probably unmute and say whatever she.
Who wants to start off?
I think it's wonderful. I don't have anything to add at all. I think it's great.
I liked both of them, where the one perspective was the road safety, which is like what the most important thing for me. And then the other perspective was the rider and, make sure your tack is safe and all of that. So I thought that both perspectives were great.
And I don't see where there's any changes need to be made. I think it's great. I thank you for the hard work. There was a lot of work that went into this, not only by you, but when I went by when they were doing some filming, I saw a large contingent out there. So that was great. So I think do we need to vote on this to move it forward, right?
I don't think you do. No, I don't think so. If you like it, we like it.
And does this go to the council for any kind of approval?
No, it doesn't need to go to the council for approval, but I think we should certainly show it to them.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An amazing job.
Mhm.
both.
Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. And did this go for does this go for credits with your TV production?
I could show him, but I don't know how what they'll say.
Well, if he has any questions, tell him to call me.
Okay.
So another thing, we want to thank Reagan. Thank you, Reagan.
Yes, Reagan,
So happy-
also.
I know you're silent over there, but you're busy at school. I'm sure you're getting ready for the weekend, right?
She's like getting ready for the football game.
Yes, she is
Yeah.
getting ready for the football game. We know it. But we also want to thank, and Tamsin, we were going to say this earlier, is that the mayor, Anita Kane, was there. We had Darcy Murray, we had Ashley Bruce and her family. We had Frank stop by at Sea Road and we took pictures of you. I don't know how it got edited out, Frank, but sorry about
That's
that.
quite all right.
You were
Don't
one
worry.
of those great cars going by. Thank you for slowing down. And thank you, Katie, for your whole family coming out too, because it really, really helped a lot, didn't it? Yeah, they were great. Your mom came and that was her puppy in there. Yes. What kind of thing?
She's a barmaid. She was very terrified of the horses. But
We're very appreciative of the time that both of you put into this. I know it's a lot of time, and also for everybody that took time out. This was a collaborative effort, and it's good to get this out there so that hopefully people will see it and they will learn. That's the whole goal of this.
I would like to say thank you to everybody, the committee, the mayor, both of you wonderfully talented young ladies, and most of all, to Miss Mary McNicholas, who put this whole thing together for
Yeah,
us.
Mary was definitely the
She was our
customer.
producer. It was a team effort, but yep, nothing happens without team. Thank you, ladies.
thank you.
Thank you
And
very much.
committee and mayor.
Yes.
So did you want to make a shorter version of the video or just leave it as that?
I think
I like it.
leave it just the way it is. You guys did a great job.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
It'll be, at the October meeting.
That's
of
awesome.
the council.
We got something done, finally. We got- Yay. And that's the goal of our committee, is getting things done and not just talking about. Great, thank you. Okay,
Shovel shit.
moving on to agenda item number 3, discussion on solar sport trails.
Yeah.
Great.
Thank you all, by the way, for the wonderful celebration.
Oh, and
And
happy birthday,
leaving
publicly,
now.
so everybody knows.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm leaving now. And Solar Sports, thank you.
So we have a representative from Solar Sports here.
Great.
That we can speak to.
They're not gonna make.
But it's in the, I'm leaving these for you all.
No.
Let's go.
Well,
I don't want to take it if it's not.
I just remember.
Yeah. remove it.
Okay, so our representative, yes.
Yes.
If you want to sit down, if that helps you out, and just share Craig's mic.
But good news.
Diane Jenkins for Solar Sports. Is it on?
Yes.
Great. I'm here just to help with whatever you asked, if I would come and maybe discuss a few things, and that's why I'm here.
So remember, we'd had all the questions of the signs we wanted to put in, the garbage cans, the roofs and stuff. So she did agree with all of them. Her one concern was that she wouldn't have employees or personnel to, go empty trash cans throughout the park. So that would have to be something that we'd have to come up with to designate a staff member to go out there and empty cans of where trash is. She had no problem with us naming the trails, right?
I'd love to hear your ideas on
Yeah.
that too. That's
So
kind of
whatever you guys
exciting.
had, you'd ask to, if I can bring her in to get her to see what we name the trails. Whatever you'd like to throw at her, whatever ideas you have, put you on the spot this time.
I know Darcy
It was
was
Darcy.
definitely
Yeah,
named it.
But isn't Darcy on?
Yeah, that's right.
No, I don't think so.
Darcy didn't jump on, okay. I thought she was supposed to be zooming tonight.
She said she was going to try, I think.
Yeah.
One of
Okay.
the items too, we had these signs done and we need to put them up. And I also have signs that say wetlands area, keep out or beware or whatever, so that I really think that, and Katie, I know she rides the trail and she would know better than anybody, and maybe you could help me. We need to put some signs up for direction, I think, because a couple times I've seen horses maybe not where they're supposed to be. And I just want to make sure that everybody stays on the trail where it's safe, especially now when we're kind of coming up to our last phase. And so we're moving east from where we are now with the construction. And so there'll be a lot of heavy equipment and all out there with the final roads that go in. So I certainly want to make sure that nobody goes the wrong way.
She did state that, you said you were putting a water station in.
We are. So I'm
Or-
sure probably most of you know that we traded sites originally the town common site was going to be right across from Palm Beach Orthopedic Institute. And it's now going to be further back, so it will be like surrounded by the trail. So it's going back to what on our original site plan was Pod G. And so we are putting a watering trough in there. We are putting some benches and things around where there's a pretty wetlands area there where people could sit and rest and all. I'm sure there's going to be a hitching post and things so that people have the opportunity to kind of stop and relax. And I think, and this is terrible, but I'm not sure of the status of that with the council for their approval of the site plan. Only because I just have been kind of on the surface on that one, but I think a site plan has been submitted and I'm just not sure where that is in the approval process, sorry. But I would certainly say that it's something that you all should take a look at.
I did a little cleanup there one time. And a fellow came on a golf cart and said he picks up the trash once a week. Is that still something that's done? I don't know who he worked for. I didn't ask all that.
Wow, I have no idea who that
I
could
know.
be. That's so funny.
And with a golf cart and he works for somebody in there.
Sure wasn't my guys.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I'd send him over there after we talked that one day.
Oh,
I'd sent my guys in there, kind of go up and down the canal bank, clean up a lot of stuff around there and around the general area.
And when you do see things, and I know Katie, sometimes you've reached out, which is massively helpful. I'm in the commercial area, I'm not back on the trail. And so we have a company that comes in to take care of everything and to trim back the branches when they're too low. I mean, when they're coming down too low towards the horses and all. But if you let me know anytime, I mean, they're so nice, and everybody probably knows the bush hog people anyway. And they come back out if we need something or something done. I just don't always see it. And if you're out there, you would see it more quickly than I would.
and I have your contact.
I appreciate that. And the town could give you all my info too, anytime. And you're always welcome to call my cell too. It's very easy. So is this the kind of sign you're gonna plan to use for other trails?
Yes and no. One of our signs that they're actually gonna be going over tonight is actually a full rules sign, kind of a more detailed version of that.
Okay,
But that is one that they have been looked at. They looked at that one, so it's one that we have to fully agree on what sign we're actually gonna put out there in all the trails.
okay.
So-
Do you want to hang on to this
I
one while
have
you're,
one of those.
you do,
as well.
okay,
Yes,
okay.
yes, ma'am.
Think that all the more signs almost, even though it does take away from the natural look, is probably better because as you know, Diane, there's still dirt bikes in there and
Mhm.
and you just they've knocked the fence down now, but it's pretty blocked off on that Sea Road West area and now it's not because they just plowed over the fence.
I'm always happy when I make it through the weekend and didn't have to talk to the sheriff's office about the dirt bikes. I can't tell you, it's
We
constant.
chase them out of there as well. Yeah,
You can do, really. The whole thing can't be, possible. And then what, more of that we like the way it out. Keep on keeping on, I guess.
We want it to be nice and we want everybody to enjoy it. And, I think especially as you're trying to do more things with other trails and connect them, it's just a great opportunity for people. So I hope you continue going along that route.
What are your ideas about the trails and?
Well, I mean, I think just initially the signs, I think the more signs, the better. And so I know that you had other signs you brought up and I think you sent me pictures of them previously. So whatever signs that you have, I would say give them to Craig so that we can talk about placing them, wherever we need to place them.
And truthfully, that's my problem. I mean, I have a bunch of those wetland signs.
Right.
I think we need some directional signs, but I don't know what they should look like or how they should be. So input from you all would be great on stuff like that too.
and are you
And
guys just wanting an arrow?
Well, I think that because I haven't been back through that area fully.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's more than one trail in there and I'm sure they intersect or whatever.
I'm not sure. I think.
Oh,
Katie
no,
probably you're
I've been there
often.
lots of times.
Right.
But here's the thing, even going there all these times, I'm not 100% on where we're supposed to be and not supposed to be. So.
And
maybe
it's,
a
you're
map
right, because
makes
some
a
people
site
take the
map, right?
turn, there, you should like take a turn, and if you don't go the right way, then you're either up against the fence or you're getting maybe too close to one of the canals and one of the retention areas. So I think we just, I just don't. do you
I
just
sort of
put up
think
a
of,
sign?
of probably a map of the area, like an aerial, so that we can, if there's a couple trails in there, we can designate them red trail, blue trail, or whatever we decide to name them. And anything else, you can have the wetlands and things like that. And maybe once we have that, there can be like a weatherproof sign or something like that, that's at each entrance or whatever, 3 or 4 entrances, saying, so people can look at it and say, this is where you go, this is where you don't go, because I was over there with last month, and I was over at Lake Loxahatchee, and I had my fireboat in the water, and there were some horses that came right by me, and then they went right down into the water catchment area down there. And that obviously that's not where you're supposed to ride horses at, even though it was dry. You know, you don't want to tear everything up in there. And they were having a good old time in there. And then they went back up, went to another water catchment area, and I don't think they'd be able to do it now. It's a little wet back there, but it's just yeah, signs would help out, because right now, that's the big problem I think that the sheriff's office has, is that there's really no signs there saying no motorized vehicles, or, no horses, or, wetlands area, because they can't enforce it if it's not.
Already have those, and that's a big plus, you know what I mean? Those are readily available, right?
Yes, absolutely. And
So-
I think there's a sign too at the entrance off of C Road, at that main entrance, that
Yeah.
is a more detailed sign. Problem is, people don't always come in that way, obviously, so, and B Road, I don't think there's anything on.
There's nothing at B Road, and there's nothing over behind the professional building that was built. There's an area where you can get vehicles through or whatever, where the curb goes down, but there's nothing there, and I actually, went back there, and my daughter's going, are we supposed to be back here? I go, there's no signs. There's nothing they can do. I mean, honestly, if the sheriff's office said, well, you'd have to get off or whatever, it's private property, where's the signs?
Right.
And they're going, we can't enforce it. And that's the problem that they have.
Like even at the trailhead, which I call trailhead, but where I was speaking about where they knocked the whole fence down, the C Road part. I mean, even if you had one of those type signs there, one at the bridge, one at the crossing on B Road, at least we would be able to say, you're not allowed to be in here with this 4-wheeler.
Right. No, great thoughts. And unfortunately, it doesn't say no homeless on this, because we've been having a few problems with people creating their own camp.
You know what?
Friends there.
No, when I was cleaning up out there, I was like, this looks like somebody could live there.
Yes. Yes, we've had that issue a few times. Obviously, those things go away as the rest of the project's completed. And some of the issues of kind of getting lost on the trails, I think, go away too. But right now, forever, they need to be good signs with directional signs.
Just gonna be good for it, right?
Right.
So what,
I think that for a start, and putting one at each access point would be a start, and then at least. Like I said, the police come and can say, but they're not supposed to be in here. There's some.
Yeah, no, great thoughts.
so we, what's the direction we want to go here? A map, definitely, we need a map.
Signs go after.
Identify the trails, and if there's more than one trail back there, we need to identify them somehow, so that people aren't just going around in a loop or whatever, and
really
what kind of
should one.
signage and where we wanted to go.
It really should just be one, the way it is on the plans. It's
Okay.
one trail. It's just that it winds a lot because we took it through some of the areas, by the wetlands and things like that to make it more interesting.
So we just need to have, sign placement and what kind of signs are going there.
Great. Well, I'll get you a map and, tell us what your thoughts are, because we want to make it better too.
And thank you for working with us. I've met you before, and I like the people that come into Loxahatchee Groves and want to work with us and help us out, as opposed to the people that just want to build, make the money, and then they get out and they go back to whatever home they're in, in West Palm or something like that.
So we've been here so long. I mean, we started before you were a town, right? And we went to the meetings of we got to start all of this and one at the school where we all had to sit in the little chairs because everything else was busy, but it's been a great venture and, you know, we've enjoyed it. We've met so many really, really nice people and so we appreciate all your time too.
Okay, so we have direction. We'll get the map and we'll go from there with the send. And then, as far as, I know this is like putting it a little further because we're not there yet, but you were talking about, do you need somebody from the town to go in there and empty the garbage cans or something like that? Is that what you were talking about or?
So if you put garbage cans out, which
Yeah.
I understand, my thought is certainly at the, you might need something like that at the new town center commons that we're doing.
The water crop's gonna be.
Right. I think
Yeah.
you're going to definitely need it there. And I think that we could probably handle it there unless it's like a daily thing. It would become a big issue.
No.
But so that's the only thing is I just have to figure out how I get somebody in there because it's not like we have somebody full-time on site to clean things up. But
I honestly don't believe that many garbage cans would be necessary, maybe at the town center area would be plenty. I mean, most people generally put their stuff back in their side bag and bring it, you know. It's not the horse people that are throwing that stuff out.
we've seen the garbage. It's not, you're correct.
I promise you that.
Yeah, I would just say one on your side and then probably possibly one on the C Road entrance.
Yeah, that's a cute, that.
No, it's a good idea
So
too.
we put an overhead sight of the full sign. Put it there like you were saying, the one that's actually waterproof, and then you can say garbage can here, garbage can there, the layout of the map. And that could be where your garbage cans would be.
Okay. You'll have to help me figure out how who I can pay or what I can do to get somebody in there to
Yes,
do
ma'am.
that. I just don't have a person.
And also, I don't know if you're the right person to address this with, but isn't the crossing C Road light is not functional?
They were working on
So,
that
yeah, we
today.
actually were working on it today. Somebody informed me about it.
Yeah.
The young lady behind me.
You know, and it,
Um,
I'm not gonna lie, it slipped my mind till today.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
whoops.
So yeah, it was the batteries went bad in it.
Okay.
So they have little 6-volt batteries that are in there. So we actually just ordered new batteries, haven't put in. We put another set in, we're gonna see if that works till the new ones come in.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions? Thank you for coming.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Daniel.
Thank you very much.
Okay. No, agenda item number 4, approval of multi-use trail rule sign. And we got that in our packet.
Yep. So in front of you have the sign that you all had gave me comments. Actually was in Alaska or in the world. Was emailing comments as well. This is what I have. Obviously, you're gonna see the watermarks front in the back. The company has to give that, so I don't just take their design and run with it. So this is what I put together. This is what we're kind of looking at. Read over the rules and what you think of it. It's going to be 2 foot by 3 foot. That'll be the size of it.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? I was reading.
The sign will be 2 foot wide, 3 feet tall.
Any thoughts for Craig?
No, I think it looks great. I like the font. I can easily read it. It's like an Arial narrow or something like that. And the background, the watermark won't be there.
No,
So
it'll just be a solid white.
Right, so it'll be a solid white.
You could either solid white or, I mean, most equestrian stuff has that light tan, but the white and black more stands out.
There would be one, okay, yeah, no motorized vehicles on trails at any time other than for maintenance or emergency, okay.
I mean, we can move them around, up, down, whatever. It doesn't matter. All they're gonna do is hit cut and paste. Or if you need to add something, we can add.
Katie, any idea?
No, I feel like it's fine. I like it.
The only thing I would put in there, and I know I should have I didn't even think about this before, is down at the bottom, if he sees something, say something. You know, that's an important thing, because if you see something that's not, and you can maybe put a phone number for the town. Or you can put, call, see something, say something, call town office at the phone number or 911. Because if there's something dangerous there, but it's not life threatening, you don't know about it because you're not back there, but there are people on horses and they can call and let you guys know about it.
One thing I would advise, instead of putting like town hall's number on it, is they call on the weekend and there's an emergency. We don't have anyone here on the weekend. The only thing we could say is you put the sheriff's non-emergency number on there. I'd have to speak with them if they're okay with it. Because they have my number to contact
Okay,
me.
that would be
Yeah.
fine. Just some way where if they see something, they're, a washout or something like that. It's not life threatening, but if you're on a horse and you don't see it and you're not paying attention, it becomes a problem.
Non-emergency matters during business hours, and then the town phone number.
That's
Something,
fine.
something like
Yeah.
that, like non-emergency, and then during business hours, which is, Monday through Friday, right?
I'm just trying to think of somebody, because everybody carries a cell phone nowadays, so, something like that, it can be just, and anything that happens there after hours, usually, someone's gonna call 911. If they can't get hold of him, they'll call, or the sheriff's, hey, I wanted to ask something, Craig. I know years ago, when I was on the Water Control District Board, we actually had one of the employees, and the phone went from employee to employee, who
We
was
do.
on after hours call. Do you guys have that?
We do have on call, but it's not for residents to directly call. That is for the sheriff to call. Or as of myself calling them, because if I put that number out there,
Yeah,
it'll ring more than my phone does, because the residents call me all the time.
or,
So-
well, something else that we did is that we ended up going through the EOC and put their number down there, so if there was any problems and they couldn't get a hold of somebody during normal business hours or afterwards,
Mhm.
they would call the EOC, and then the EOC would take that information down and send it to whoever it was, the on-call person for the Water Control District. Is that something
It's,
you guys
yeah,
do,
I
or-
have to just contact them, make sure they're okay with it. Excuse
But,
me.
we just need to put a number down that we know that if somebody calls, it's gonna be answered. It's not gonna go to voicemail and
Well,
it-
that's what I would say if it was the non-emergency sheriff's number. If they were okay with it,
yeah,
you
that
know
would be
that's
good.
getting answered.
That, and all that is getting with the captain for this district out here
Mhm.
and seeing if they were okay with that, and they would have to just be, it would be updated in their computer system for the non-emergency number.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be fine.
Cause if there was something emergency, our sergeant or whatever, would just call me directly. They all have my cell phone to call me direct for, major emergencies.
So we do putting like a non-emergency number down there? I don't want to hold this sign up and have to bring it back next month just because of that. Just want to say, if we agree with it and approve it, that you just get it done and we can get them out there.
I mean, I just look at non-emergency, you're gonna call town hall. Emergency, you better call 911. If it's that much emergency you need to call,
Yeah.
an emergency, it needs to just be a 911.
What happens if there's like dirt bikes on the trails? Who would you call in that instance to like report that rule or law violation?
I mean, I don't think you could do anything to it exactly. I mean, it really doesn't. It's a multi-purpose, non-motorized, but I would have to look into it and see if. I mean, trying to chase down a dirt bike is about the worst thing in the world.
Right.
Yeah,
Can't do anything.
I mean, sheriff's department can't keep them off of Southern Boulevard.
Right.
How are we gonna keep them off of Canal Bank?
Well,
I
and
see them down Okeechobee Boulevard going down to Palm Beach.
And the way that I tell people is that, if you you have an intersection, if there's no stop signs there, people are going through it, law enforcement can't issue any tickets because there's nothing there.
Correct.
And it's the same thing with, with the trails or with our canal banks, that if we don't have signage there, to say you have to stay off, they can't legally, they can enforce it, but if it goes to court and they say, well, where were your signs at? There are none out there, case dismissed.
Well, I mean, that's what we're hoping. I mean, this does say no motorized vehicles on the trails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, it says it's like, but At first I thought, oh, maybe we shouldn't have that, but it says what kind of vehicles can be there, and then it says no
Mhm.
motorists, so. It kind of even says it twice to them, so, I don't know. So they can overlook that.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's one of those things, that dirt bike runs down the canal bank. By the time we report it, if you did call the sheriff or you called me, by the time I get there, you know, they're long gone before I even chase them down.
So do we want to go ahead
Hopefully
and,
they obey the rules as
Yes,
what's that?
I think we should just approve it and get it
Yeah.
moving.
We
Just
have,
approving what changes. Oh,
so
do we have
sorry,
any,
we have a public comment.
okay,
Yeah.
public comments, please.
Mary McNicholas, 12845 Raymond Drive. A couple of things, and I just want to mention, I didn't look at this before. I apologize, Craig. We we don't have the floor statute on here as far as
I
risk.
saw that. It's not on there.
Great minds think alike. It
Mhm.
needs to be on there.
I saw one, so
Yeah,
I looked it up.
It needs to be on there. Okay, and we do have those
Yep.
throughout. Also, I didn't realize the trails will be open at all hours. What's the background on that one?
Keep going with it.
Most parks are, just a
Oh.
thought. I'm just throwing it
I
out
took it
there.
off of there.
I don't know. I just, that's what I'm asking the
That-
background, and I'm
That's the dog.
former risk manager, so, sorry.
No, you're good. Thank you.
The
As,
reason that I be a problem is what Diane was speaking about with the homeless, like, how are we gonna say you can't be in here
so,
if it's open all?
right. So here's the one thing that we did, and with another client, what we did, as far as all the motorized vehicles, okay? And anybody that should not be in there for whichever purpose, whatever reason. Because it could be just, kids having a bonfire. I don't know. I'm just making up stuff, But truly, as far as it goes, we sat down with the sheriff's office, the deputies, and actually discussed the ATVs, the, electric scooters, everything. And so Craig will probably, set that up like maybe in November or something, if it's okay. We'll just set up, because in essence, they'll tell you exactly what they want you to do. And it's a very easy process. And they have a couple of ATVs and stuff. And honestly, it ends up being about the same group of kids. Sorry.
It is.
All the time. So
Or-
they know exactly what's going on. And I just wanted to share that experience for you all. Okay. I think that was really about it. The kicker is hilarious though. A gnome kicker.
Okay.
I know it's equestrian, but I'm just laughing.
That was our
And-
request.
And also, when it says multi-purpose trail rules, I know there was some discussion, and Darcy's not here, so I'm gonna bring it up. On every grant that we've done multi-use trails. I don't know if that matters or not, but everything that we do
Let's
that
change
way
it.
is multi-use. I don't know, because I don't have like any heartburn either way. I'm just
That's
letting you all
fine.
know so that we're doing, but the multi-purpose, was that the question whether it was an equestrian trail? Because F-Road originally, we did get some money as an equestrian trail there too. But multi-use is pretty much everything that's used. So it's up to you all. I just wanted to offer that information.
Okay, any other comments?
No, you're good. Thank you very much.
So, the only other thing I have to ask you, Craig, is, does this sign need to be approved by the council?
I do not know that answer as we speak. I'd have to ask the main lady in the office over there.
So if it does, because I just don't want to get bogged down in the weeds, with them over there. But, okay, so, any other comments from the board?
I just wanna throw one thing out there. Do you think we should put something on there regarding the trash container and like please put all trash in?
So I was looking at this one for like all our trails.
Okay.
And we don't have a rush yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I just-
Yeah. But yeah, trash cans everywhere would just,
Yeah, I think we might.
it makes a lot for me.
So I just understand the suggestion from the public comment is that we wait and we powwow with another group of people before finalizing this. Cause I wanna get this out.
Me too.
I wanna get these up and we can always
Can
do
you read the
revise.
comment again? Sorry.
Oh, are you talking about me?
Yeah, the public comment was from Mary.
My comment of getting somebody had to do with law enforcement. It has nothing to do with sign.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing to do with sign. The
Okay.
comments I made about the sign were the times, the name, multi-use instead of purpose, and add the floor statue.
Okay,
in there.
thank you for that. So-
That's
so
all.
Then I would suggest that we propose changes. And then we give it to Craig to find out if it needs to get approved by the council, and if it doesn't, then he moves forward with producing the signs. I don't know how many, but I guess that's another question, how many signs? And then we get these up, because we can always, in the future years, I think maybe revise these, of course, depending on costs and all that, but I think the priority is to get these up, especially during our term.
So I can, the changes that I've been writing it down as we've been going through it. First of all, the top is at a multi-purpose, multi-use,
Yep.
correct? Everybody, we're good with that? And then add Florida statutes in on it.
Statue normally will always go to the bottom.
Yeah, add a dawn to dusk
Yeah.
statement in there and a,
Remove all hours and add dawn to dusk.
okay. And then add a phone number, non-emergency phone number.
So I was going to, a non-emergency would be town hall. Cause you can leave a voicemail here for
Yeah.
non-emergency. Emergency would either be, we could put 911 or you can put. Or we can put the sheriff's non-emergency number.
Assuming that people would know to dial
Right.
911, maybe we could just do for non-emergency
Yeah.
reporting and the town hall
Mhm.
number, and
Yeah.
then that's it, and then hopefully people will call 911.
How many
if needed.
people call their doctor when they're having a heart attack? And it says, call 911 if you're having a heart attack.
That's what all the doctors say. Well, as long as you say, I think it's a non-emergency, as not for non-emergency matters, please call the town hall. If
Mhm.
you even need a phone number, I don't know if you need to have it to the main desk.
I would just.
Well, a lot of people don't know the number to town hall.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
I would put town hall's front desk phone number, so it goes in the messages.
So do we have a motion to,
Mhm.
for the signs as changed? The multi-use trail signs has changed?
Make a motion to accept the trail ride, trail signs as with the changes made.
Great. Do we have a second?
I have a second, as long as we're clear on the last part that we were talking about, the phone number for the town hall.
Yeah.
Right, you're right, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna put non-emergency and it'd be the front desk town hall phone number.
Great.
You have a
Correct.
second.
Okay. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed, motion passes 3-0. Yay, you got something else done. I feel good. Okay.
So what is front desk phone number?
I have it over.
I don't know. I just call you.
See,
know.
that's why we just can't put town hall. I was waiting for it so I can ask.
Okay, agenda item number 5, update on the Okeechobee Boulevard grant.
Yes, ma'am. Do it,
Mary?
please.
Okay, the
You
number.
are way more knowledge on this than I am.
This is the TPA grant.
Craig, you really want the number?
I know by heart.
Is it 277? That's what I have.
No,
I have 5612.
793-2418.
52. Who's that?
793-2418.
Well, that's what I.
That goes to one of the side.
Okay, well, we'll exchange phone numbers afterwards.
Mary McNicholas, Jeffrey B. Slug and Associates, your government affairs person, representative for the town. I wanted to first tell you on September 4th, after many calls, multiple follow-ups, etc., we were sadly disappointed that we were not listed as a priority for the TPA project. The TPA is the Transportation Planning Agency. That's Palm Beach County. It's Palm Beach Transportation Planning Agency. We did go through this process, and I'm going to bring this up because the chair we had a conversation about the history on this. In 2019, we actually did get that $4.5 million grant. It would be about $400,000, a little bit more than $400,000 that the town would have had to pay over the lifespan of building the project. And we did get Palm Beach County to go ahead and be our bank for us, if you will. So it would have been prorated out over however many years we needed to build it. That project did include, once we got done with a lot of things, it did include one roundabout at Folsom and Okeechobee because that is a warranted intersection. And it included lots of trail signs, that the trailheads is what we called them, and that would have, regular information. And it also did include what Frank had asked me about as far as the multi-use trail down the south side of Okeechobee within the county's right-of-way. And we actually got their approval to do that. There was a condition, a stipend on that, is that in essence, if in fact it needed to be removed or anything needed to be removed from the trail purpose, it would have a fence. I mean, it would look like South Shore, just like what you brought up to me. In essence, that it also would have grass. It had a D-curb, which would have been double protection, more than anything that you have now. And in essence, it would have, if it was to be taken down within 7 years of the project, then we could have had to pay it back. Clearly, right now, we've already passed, would have passed that time period because nobody's doing anything to it right in this next year. So there was one more thing that I want to tell you, that roundabout that was designed we had to agree that it would be an expandable roundabout. So that if at any time it would be designed to be expanded to 4 lanes, but it would be a 2-lane with mountable curbs so that every tractor trailer, everything, fire rescue, anybody could pass over the curbs, could pass around it. It really was a great project. So we put in for it again and did not get prioritized. Part of the reason I believe, is that in essence, the county put in, if anybody went to the countywide master transportation plan meeting that was at the State College last week before, it was discussed that in the county's capital plan, 5-year plan, that it had a section that said design plan to 4-lane Okeechobee. Your council members and myself discussed it with the vice mayor, who was our district commissioner at the time, at that meeting, afterwards, during and afterwards, and we actually had that changed. The verbiage is now going to be a feasibility study for improvements so that it could include any of the design that we talked about doing originally. And we originally talked about doing 3 roundabouts. These are at the main, intersections of where they would, could be. Everybody has their idea on where it should and shouldn't be, but, in essence, it goes by traffic engineering. It doesn't go by like where I would like to have it, and what's warranted means is that in essence, Folsom and Okeechobee is the only intersection that you have on Okeechobee that is warranted for any type of traffic device, which the town is over. So we tried to put it in. Obviously, the county already has it in the 5-year capital plan, but it is now in for fiscal year 26, which started yesterday. And they will be doing a feasibility study, which we are all over. We want to be included. We want, very specifics. We talked about it with the Vice Mayor Sarah Baxter. We specifically want to be involved on every angle of it. I was not aware until Frank brought it up to me the other day that you all had discussed something about putting in the trail again on the south side. But this will be the time to bring up any ideas of what it is that you would want, And I will be getting with you all, bringing back status to you, letting you know where it is, furnishing it to either Gabby and/or Francine and Craig, so that you know what the status is on what we're doing, because we have to be heavily involved in this, no question. Was there some time when you all had brought up that you wanted the trail again? Because I just didn't know about it.
Well, I know a few months ago, I think basically when we started, we were talking about doing the fencing along Okeechobee and the curb. That was our whole thing. And then the crossings at each one of the letter roads.
Sure.
But, And then, it sort of fell by the wayside, I think, over time.
It tied into that February 14th grant, remember, for the one crossing? So that was sort of where that came up. Remember that we put in for that grant, but I think. that's
Okay.
where that- Not that we don't still want it, it's just.
Okay.
Tied in.
Well, I would, I'll need to know how we're gonna, want to proceed and stuff that way. And I can get with you all individually. You can call me, let me know what you're thinking, talk to your representative, town council members, so, whichever, so we can figure out how we want to go about that. The next status I want to tell you is just because we didn't get it for the TPA, we weren't prioritized because the county's already doing this. Okay. And in essence, I want you to know that we put in for multiple grants. Is that a good way
Yes,
to
I did.
say it? I mean, multi-million dollars of grants. Now, the ones I want to bring up to you have to do specifically with your committee. And, we have not given an update to the council. If I'm still in town this Tuesday, I will be doing it Tuesday night. If not, it will be at their next meeting. But in essence, what I put in originally, and this is with the Florida Commerce Department, it's the Community Planning Technical Assistance Grant application. Okay, I put in 4, 2 specifically apply to your committee, and that's a comprehensive equestrian plan of action. You got to think, Department of Commerce is looking at the economy and the economics that you're asking for. So what I had chosen to do, and it was a lot of work, but we asked for a $55,000 grant to go ahead and identify and strengthen the economic infrastructure, land use, and environmental components of the town's equestrian industry. So in essence, we're looking at kind of what is this as far as an economic engine? Because it is, you all. I mean, it's becoming so much bigger and better than I even knew until I was doing filming with you all and doing trails and doing all these different things. It's really definitely an asset. And as a result of that, we have gone to the Palm Beach County Sports Commission, we have gone to Palm Beach County Engineering, and we've gone to Florida Department of Environmental Protection under all these different grants, because what's good when you put in for grants is that you tie this park, Loxahatchee Groves Park, and the trail, F Road. F Road is our priority, F Road and North Road, because in essence, I want you all to continue to build on your successes. Okay, you're doing a great job. You're doing a fantastic job as a committee, you and your coordinator here, and Gabby. So in essence, I mean, you want to keep building on this, but F Road Trail and North Road both tie into the Royal Palm Beach Pines Preserve as well. What we also put in grants that we just put in by Tuesday night, thank you, Craig and Francine. So in essence, we actually I should say, we requested to collaborate with Indian Trail Improvement District. And so we're tying in their trails and their, Nicole, I'm going to say the wrong name, their riding facility and that kind of stuff. Thank you, Nicole Hornstein, Equine Center. While we're doing it, we're also discussing with Parks and Recreation and their assistant county administrators to see how we can better utilize some of the properties that are at this Loxahatchee Groves Park. Because I know. Well, the idea is we need to get stuff done. Enough talking about it. I have gone through 24 years of your plans, from neighborhood plan to comp plan to master greenways, trails, METRAG, whatever you call it. Yeah. To your updated stuff, to everything. And it's like, I thought I had come up with some good ideas. They're just great ideas in here. We just need to execute it. Okay. My next step after getting some of these collaborations will be to do some public-private partnerships as well, because there are people that are in the community that want to help donate and do things for the trailheads, name a trail, whatever. Okay, that kind of thing. It's just in my brain. I don't don't have the details, but Francine and I have talked about it. We put in these commerce grants. The other one is the tree canopy resilient, and I'm gonna get out of here soon. $30,000. The tree canopy resiliency plan is basically to go ahead and identify, I mean, everybody says we're supposed to be protecting the tree canopy, but we don't even know what the tree canopy is right now. So when you do that, you kind of survey it, you do a lot of things, but you also are requesting, it's a building block to request additional funds for other grants. So wrapping it up, we went ahead and put everything that was in the TPA for the crossings. Okay, and we went ahead and put that $1,142,000 in the Florida Rural Infrastructure Fund Program, otherwise known as the RIF grant. Okay, so we put that all in there. We have a couple of others that we put in very specific to your trails. Like I said, I need to give, an update to council, and I'll make sure that you guys get copies of things and you can look at it. And if you have any questions, you can call me. Is that
Thank you.
enough? Enough of an
Thank
update?
you, Mayor.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Ms.
Really
Mary.
working, and he was great. So was Richard, so was Francine. I mean, Trish Barr did a lot of work. Two things, C Trail, I'm sorry, the C Road crossing at Collecting Canal. He's working on the mechanics of the sign and stuff and it not working, but we're also going to look at the other two ways coming from south to west and also east to west, because there's nothing to tell people that. And the next thing we're also working on is the B Road crossing.
Yes.
Ashley,
Yeah.
B Road, B as in boy. Yeah,
Any road crossing?
B Road crossing to nowhere. Yeah. We need a little bit more there. You're right.
I'm really partial to F-Road because of the connectivity issue. And I don't know if we can prioritize that across Okeechobee so that you can go from the trails here.
It's in this grant. It's in the grant. F-Road will go all the way. They're already aligning with a lot of these road projects. They're already aligning some of these crossings. So I believe, Craig, what is the crossing going to look like there? It's being aligned, isn't it?
At F
Yes.
and Okie, so.
No, F and Collecting Canal first. I'm going from here,
Oh, so yeah,
there.
F and collecting, the actual roadway will be here and the guardrail will be back, and that there will be a crossing right there at collecting.
That's
That will
amazing.
connect straight to here.
Great idea to do it
Yeah.
that way. Great
That's
idea.
why you see so many pipes over there. We are widening that whole entire intersection.
And you'll give everybody notice of when you guys are gonna be starting and blocking.
No, why would we do that? Yes.
It's
Yeah,
been delayed, but they're doing
Yeah,
a
we-
great job.
yes.
Now, F-Road and Okeechobee,
Yeah.
okay, it's in these grants. Now, we have the rural designation. That is not a rural area of opportunity. It is not that. That is a completely separate entity, we don't qualify for that. We're a rural designated community. And we have a legacy, it's called the legacy ruling, and we're working on our renewal. Okay, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Well, thank you.
Any other comments on this particular agenda item? And none, we're at the end of our regular agenda. We're going to end up doing committee member comments. Katie, do you want to go first?
Hey, I really don't have any comments. I'm very happy today. We got some things done.
Mhm.
I hope these grants all come to fruition. I was just like, it would be so nice, I've been here
Yeah.
almost 40 years. How many more years I got, I don't know,
Plenty more to go.
but thank you. It's really nice that it's finally coming together.
Yes, ma'am.
I guess my comments are, I'm excited to see some signs out there, hopefully very soon. I feel upset about the TPA grant not coming through for 2025. I was really excited about that. We had our community meeting, all of that, but I thank you guys for resubmitting it and continuing to, keep things moving forward on that, because that's really, we need the connectivity. I think that's it.
Okay, I just wanted to make a quick comment that about 15 years ago, I was with the League of Cities, with the Water Control District, and there was one of the people from Riviera Beach. He was actually on the President League of Cities. Her thing was trails, and it was multi-use trails, horses, and all that, And I had brought back a thing to the town of Loxahatchee Groves that when they were getting ready to widen Southern Boulevard, that was the time for us to get in on doing something that we wanted to. And our committee with the League of Cities, we came up with doing a bridge that goes across Southern Boulevard. And right. Right. So I thought, hey, and we actually got DOT was going to pay for 100% of it, but Loxahatchee Groves needed to go ahead and say, hey, they can come on to our side. Wellington said, okay, we're good. And you know what? The council people said, nope, we don't want it. Because somebody might drive a car over there or something like that. Yeah, I know. But, and this whole thing was, and we actually had a good thing set up to where the trails would be for horses all the way over almost to the beach for people and everything else, and going out to the lake. And every 5 miles, there would have been a shelter area, a bathroom, water, and all that for everybody to use. And then a couple of camping areas throughout the way. It was going to be a really nice thing. That was from east to west, and from north to south, we had it to where trails would hook in from starting up in Jupiter and go all the way down to Boca Raton. And most of it was through on the edge of the National Wildlife Refuge. And we were going really good, but that bridge was a key concept of that. And because Loxahatchee Groves back then, the town council said, no, we don't want it. Everything literally fell apart. That bridge was the cornerstone of everything. And without that cornerstone, that building, was going to fail. So I'm glad to see that we're moving forward now. And hopefully maybe one day we can see a bridge over there to where it would connect. And because that's the big thing. That's the connection. That is the main road that we have to traverse out here.
Mhm.
Everything else is not a big deal. But yeah, I wanted to thank Mary for your hard work, Craig for your hard work, our committee, because we're actually getting something done. I feel like we're not just spinning our wheels in the mud anymore. It feels good. So that's pretty much all my comments. And so our next thing is confirmation of the next meeting date.
I believe
Mhm.
it's October 16th, if you guys are still having the one for October.
Would you guys like to have one in 2 weeks?
If we could get the signs, if everything, yes, if we need to, I'll be
Yeah.
here every day.
Yeah, if we need to have a meeting in October, something for us to discuss, by all means, we'll set a date now and we can always cancel it.
Okay.
October 16th on right there.
Yes, ma'am.
so-
October 16th would be our meeting.
And if that's canceled, say we don't need it, I mean, it's scheduled now, but if that's canceled, then when would the next one be?
The next one for November is November 20th.
Okay, I got them in my calendar already.
November 20th? Sure.
Yeah, that would be the one in November.
So just go to every third Thursday on your calendar and hit reggac.
No, that would require me to be more technical. That's true.
Okay, so we got that done. So do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second,
Second.
we're adjourned.
Thank you.
Well, that was-